Hello, everybody. Welcome to Embracing Aging. I'm going off piste a little bit today. I want to talk about taboo. I was going to talk about habits, but I've had an email from a viewer who's younger than my target audience, and he asked me if it was normal to be sexually attracted to older women. And my immediate reaction was, "What's normal?" There are so many factors involved in sexual attraction. I mean, people, we're all different, You might like curly hair, you might like straight hair, you might like long hair, you might like short hair, you might like in between hair, you might like tall, thin, um, short, fat, anything. And how can we say whether it's what's normal? But And I also think that, what happens between two consenting adults is nobody else's business. However, I do acknowledge that, society places restrictions and difficulties in the way if people do act outside what is considered normal or usual parameters. I can imagine that in certain parts of the world, especially where arranged marriages are still prevalent, that it would be really difficult um, for this guy to actually have a loving relationship with an older woman if his parents have selected a younger bride for him. It's going to be very difficult. So I just made me think a little bit about taboos, and I thought that it may be something that I should talk about here, because I'm sure he's not the only one. But as I say, anything between two consenting adults is okay in my book. It shouldn't be anybody else's business. But I do think it can be challenging to find that kind of relationship. And I know certainly probably easy for us in the West, but not always, because I think there is an element of, if you hear about a younger person with an older person, you either think it's about, the gold diggers, first one that comes to mind. People always think that, don't they? They think, he's after her money or she's after his money, or, like in the case of a young woman and an older man. And I think there's always going to be that kind of thinking around it. And it's sad, really. And I just wish that, we could all think about, if we hear of anybody in that sort of a relationship, that we don't judge, that we just think, just wish them well, just love them and hope that, hope for their happiness, really. Because I can't imagine anything worse than being forced into a relationship where you're not sexually attracted to your partner. It's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? You're gonna start looking elsewhere, basically. I imagine, anyway. I thank God I'm happily married. I wouldn't like to be in that situation. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that, because it really touched my heart that they would ask that question. So anyway, that's what I've got for you today. If you've got any comments or anything helpful, not salacious stuff, I'm not asking for salacious stuff, but if you want to, drop a comment down there. And also, if you can like and subscribe, please, if you haven't. And also, you can email me if you want to email me. If you don't want to leave a comment, if you've got any experience about that sort of thing that would be useful for me to talk about here, feel free to email me, and I will not reveal your name. As always, everything, whatever you talk to me about, if you email me, is going to be in confidence, always. So yeah, that's what I've got for you today. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.